Okay. Is it rolling? Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to the Life with Lyvonne Show. I'm Lyvonne and this is my special guest Obi, and this is going to be the first in my series of interviews / discussions on my channel, so make sure you hit like and subscribe and stay tuned, and yeah, keep it cute. So
my name is Obi, also known as Hashtagobi. I make music, I write, I make t-shirts occasionally. All-round creative boy.
where are you based?
The London Notts area.
Okay.
Notts is Nottingham for you uncultured swines.
So you mentioned that you make music.
Yes.
When did you start making music?
I mean, back in my younger days, as A$AP Rocky says. I don't know, like, I used to do when I was younger for bands, like in school, on like phones. I made ringtones, I had a laptop. I used to like remake certain songs sometimes. Did a bit in sixth form as well. The first time I like uploaded a song to YouTube was sixth form. I was like 16, 17, I think.
What was it about, do you remember?
So basically, I don't know, I didn't really listen to a lot of rap growing up because like Nigerian and my mum didn't really let me.
Yeah.
But when I was like 16, 17, I like got into rap and I'd been listening to it for like a year or so, and then some guy in my school was like releasing a song. It was a rap song and I was like, this should be interesting, and then I heard it and then me and my friends thought this is trash, so I was like, let me go home and write one, like a diss track. So I went home, wrote one, recorded it with my friend in the school, and then like I released it, and then like it's quite popular, all the teachers liked it.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought it was sick, but it was just, I don't know, at that point it was very interesting to me to see what like 16 letters, no, 26 letters with the 26 it's very interesting.
I thought you meant letters.
It was very interesting to see what like 26 letters and like a piece of music could do to a bunch of people. So yeah.
And what's your favourite childhood memory concerning music? Because since you didn't listen to rap until you were like 16, 17, like what other genres were you exposed to?
I still listen to rap through gospel, so like there's a lot of gospel rap. I listen to like a lot of like game soundtracks and film soundtracks. What else did I listen to? A lot of like MTV, because my mum would put on MTV for like all the pop stuff.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was prevalent a lot.
Hence the socks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in terms of your music, how would you describe your style?
My style is very me. That's quite broad. I'd say it's very fun. I think it's both extremes of the spectrum. So like it's very light sometimes, it could be dark sometimes. I think it's definitely quirky. It's different. I think in terms of UK rap, I don't think anyone is making that sort of sound.
Yeah. Because off camera we were talking about different styles that influence you, and you were saying like rock and like pop and different like eras. So like for example, in your most recent body of music, My First Summer, out now, you have a track, Sitting in the Park, and it really gives that old time feel of, I don't know what era you were telling me, 60s, I was thinking 50s, 40s, but it really gives that
60s.
That old time vibe, the same type of influences that Kylie Uchis uses in her music. And like, since you're inspired by those genres as well as like rap and hip hop, for example, like how do you put them together to make a sound that is like you?
Okay, that's a deep question.
Yeah.
How do I fit them together? The sandwich I'm making, it's, for now anyway, it's gonna be a rap sandwich, but it's all about consistently changing up the elements of what is in the sandwich, so changing the fillings. So for a track like Sitting in the Park, cool, the sandwich is rap, but like the sort of the fillings in the sandwich are like this sample of like this old guy singing, and like trying to sort of make it modern. So like at the beginning of the track you're just hearing the 60s track, and then it goes into like the, getting technical, but like the drums in the song are very prevalent of like modern rap music, and then there's 808s in the background. So it's like, that's the sandwich has to be rap, but like the fillings have to be from other different sources in order for it to be digestible.
Sauce. Love it. Now, here's one of the t-shirts that I have that you're wearing. So could you maybe turn around so we can see the back?
My first summer. As you can see, there's a Haribo here. There's a Haribo here which says Harobi. There's a Capri Sun here which says Mulberry Fun MUB. That's the brand. There's a Jubbly here that says Jobily. The tees were made by me and a woman called Emily Catherine Illustration. It's actually the cover of the EP as well. We thought it would look nice on the t-shirt, so I did the design for that as well.
Where can they purchase?
Online, mub.space/shop.
How did you even come to wanting to create merch? Because you have a hoodie, don't you? But it's like one.
Yeah.
The elusive.
You can't get it.
One hoodie.
There's one available.
Yeah. I'll try and get a picture and put it in as well. But how did you go about creating these, and what made you want to create a t-shirt instead of like a hat or some socks, or
I think in terms of making something to go with the music, I don't know, a lot of my inspiration are just people in general. If you talk about music, I think rappers especially, but just musicians in general. But you're not just selling music anymore. You're selling. Childish Gambino says this a lot. You're selling an experience.
Yeah.
You're selling a sort of a feeling, and like sometimes you need something else to like heighten that experience. Whether like you're releasing a little film to go with it, or like some clothes, or like a book. Like you want something to stand out, as well as like put the audience in a world for them to live in for like 30 minutes or an hour. Like. So yeah, and t-shirts, because I don't know, it's summer. They look nice on t-shirts, to be honest. Like.
And where do you think you would go in terms of like creating more of an experience? So you've made t-shirts. Would you think you'll go further with fashion, like YG? Now he has his whole 400 brand. Like, do you think that you will continue with t-shirts, or do you think you're just gonna wing it?
I think t-shirts and clothing will definitely be a staple, because it's just sort of like nice and it's different. But like I like a lot of like film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, and writing like scripts, or like for my next project, Sneak Peek, I'm writing like a little script, and I'm hoping to like shoot like a little film for it. So what was your question? Like something else to go with it. Yeah, that sort of thing. Also I did like computer science as well, so like I want to be able to like maybe make like an app, or like just like something technological to something like that.
You mentioned computer science. You studied that at uni, right? Which uni?
We don't give away details like that.
Well,
Nottigham, Russell Creek Uni. Hi mum.
One of your projects was based around uni life. Can you tell us about that?
The first album, 2016, third year. It was called A Day in the Life of a University. If you listen from track 1 to the end, it's basically a day in the life. It's pretty sick in my opinion. Yeah.
So like it got such a big reaction from people because they really felt like they could relate to it. So maybe tell us your favorite track of it and what it is about, or what made you feel like creating it.
In terms of what it's about, I think what I was trying to make was sort of just like give the experience of like a typical uni student and what people go through. So like, if you want to list some tracks, there was things like student loan and like spending money and like not really knowing what to do with it. And then like Clark Kent syndrome, so like, cool, you've gone to uni for 3 years, you're gonna graduate now with a job, and it's like, are you gonna be in this job for 4 years until you die? Like, and then what the tracks going out tonight, the idea of like peer pressure and like alcohol and like,
what's that?
and just like so just those sort of themes I wanted to incorporate that a lot of people experience. And why I wanted to make it, I think at the time I was like feeling there was just a lot of feeling, and I just wanted to put it in something and like hope someone else would relate to.
Yeah. And do you think that as like a creative, as like a natural entertainer, that music and like different outlets are always like our fail-safe for expressing emotions?
It's definitely one of them. I think things like social media, well, I was watching TV, food, there's so many different things. I think with music it's interesting because it's like someone else is literally saying what you could be thinking.
Yeah.
So it's more personal as opposed to like eating chocolate when you're sad or something.
Yeah. I think it's interesting as well because like you said, like you want to give an experience and you've been able to perform your music and be in front of live crowds, and so you've been able to like feel the energy of like people like giving it back to you and like seeing how they react like in real life. And so in the future, is touring one of the things that you definitely want to do?
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna do.
Do you have any specific like locations or countries that you'd love to go through and perform your music there?
I think Europe and America definitely, just for saying sake, but like I don't know, I grew up in Leighton and like there's this park in Leighton that I used to go a lot when I was younger. I ride my bike and stuff, and it's just like such a huge green space.
Yeah.
Huge park, a lot of green space, and like I just want to host like some sort of like fun fair type festival thing there. And it's next to this, like the park is next to my secondary school.
Okay.
As well, so it's just all these little tidbits of my childhood and like
Tidbits.
yeah. So to like create an experience there, like to be able to perform there and like overlook my school and the park I used to be in as a kid, would be like so amazing. So that's something I'm definitely trying to do.
And in terms of inspiring like the next generation, for example, I was reading your tweets because I'm a stalker, and you tweeted recently that social media is poison. Do you think that, because obviously you tweeted it on social media, so it's kind of ironic, but do you think that for the younger generation, so below us, that it's more damaging than it is good?
I think it's the best of both worlds, no Hannah Montana. Because like, I don't know, there's so many negative things that can happen. So it's like, I don't know, people, you go online, you start comparing yourself with people, or you pour out your emotions and like in like a tweet, whereas you could put that emotion in like doing something productive or like dealing with it yourself instead of having to like want people to like retweet you or like like your stuff. Like, I don't know, so many of these things just aren't necessary, but like we just have such a incessant need to like
be liked.
And I think with the younger generation, I think there's a lot of good that can happen because you see people on YouTube that are like 15 years old, literally making a livelihood, paying bills and stuff. That's crazy. But then I feel like the younger generation has a lot more problems that didn't exist like say 10 years ago. Like so
I feel like with us as millennials, that people forget that like generations above us had things to distract them too. So like my mum's always like, you know, you guys in these phones, like you can't just like enjoy what you're doing, you have to be on your phones. But like if we don't record these things, then like there's literally going to be no record of it. Like their generation had cameras and different devices and newspapers and even books. You'll see people
I feel like even
walking with their face in the book.
The recording of things is like extra as well, because it's like cool, you go to a concert, you record it. More time you're not really watching it back. You post it on social media, you forget.
Yeah, I think it's the intent. Like a lot of people would rather other people know.
You just want to say you're there.
Like, than enjoy it.
That's
but
poisonous. Like.
I think a lot of people can enjoy and also like record it and watch it back, because that is nice. Like when you go on holiday, you look back at all your videos and you're like, great holiday, love the beach. So I don't know. I think it is a 2020. Wait, what's the phrase? Catch 22.
Catch 22. Yeah.
And you were nodding when I said 2020. Catch 22. Yeah. I have a question as well. In terms of your top 3 influences, not just music, but like as creatives, as people that really inspire you, who would you list as your top 3? No more than 3.
3.
Yeah.
I think off top, Satoshi Tajiri, he created Pokemon. I think Pokemon has been such like a huge influence in my life, music, decisions. Like I don't know, he's really just like I don't know. He's such like a cool, interesting guy. He has like Asperger's, and like I don't know the way he's like used his like his brain to like create such like a global brand.
Yeah,
like sick. So him. Top 3 you said. I think Hans Zimmer for music, because like I don't know, he makes film soundtracks, and like I don't know, he's just sort of like a wacky guy who doesn't care about the rules.
Yeah,
he's just like sick, and like he's able to create like these pieces that just like move you. Third person,
no pressure.
Myself. No,
I was gonna say, you can say me.
I think probably Jamie as well. Sort of similar to Hans Zimmer, like he doesn't let people tell him nothing. Like he's very integral, like he has his morals and principles, he doesn't change for no one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyone watching this, what advice would you give them as you? So what advice have you really benefited from that you would pass on?
What advice has benefited me that I'd pass on? Is it like one piece of advice?
It's up to you.
I think maybe first and foremost is that follow your gut. It sounds like the most cheesy thing. Follow your heart, maybe. It sounds so cheesy, but like people can give you advice, but like they're never gonna go through the situation. So just listen to what your heart is saying and how you feel in that specific situation.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a potato, be the best potato you can be in the world.
I am finished.
Own everything you're doing. Like, don't let no one tell you nothing. Yeah, that's all that's in my head right.
Yeah, and remind everyone how they can access you on social media, your music, your product, your experience.
You can find me online on everything as Hashtagobi. So that's HASHTAGOBI. That's Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I don't use that because my phone's too slow. If anyone wants to buy me a new phone, feel free. Spotify, it's PayPal, Hashtagobi, Spotify, Apple Music, basically everything you could ever find in the world. Deezer, apparently, I went on there the other day. I'm there. Yeah. How can they get the merch? MUB, which is the brand, MUB.space, it will be there. I couldn't afford .com because .com was like £350,000. Don't have that money yet. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for watching Life with Lyvonne Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay saucy.
Stay saucy.
First, we're going to be looking into the camera.
Both of us, yeah?
Yeah. And then I'm going to be like, oh, hi, how are you? Okay.
If you want to... brightness. I think in terms of this...
Handshake, we need to do a handshake. Come on. This note was trash.
No.
Okay, start again.
We're still working on it, guys.
Start again.
It's like that,
okay,
that.
go on. And then there was that. You're cheesy. Okay.